Okay. If there is no question, I think we can go ahead. Is there anyone who understands what poetry is? Is it your first time to hear the term poetry? If you know the meaning, please unmute yourself and then you say the answer.
Maybe slapping. I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
I asked the question that is there anybody who knows the meaning of poetry? Is it your first time to hear it? Okay, let us go to the meaning of poetry now. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
So you can speak. Hello? Are we all there?
Yes.
So you can see the first question says,
Yes.
what is poetry? Are you able to see the question?
Yes.
Are you able to see the question?
Yes. Yes.
Which answer do you give?
Yes.
Can you read it for me? Hello? Are you able to read it? Okay, we can move now. Let me read it for you. So when they ask you to explain what poetry is, you need to say that poetry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose.
All kind of birds.
Poetry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose. Can you read it with me?
Poetry. All kind of birds. All kind
of birds
birds.
kept for
Purpose.
Yes, that is it. Poetry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose. So when a question comes on like that, that's the answer you're supposed to do what? To give. Then in most cases, they ask you to give examples of poetry. Are you able to take examples of poetry?
Yes.
The first example is, are you able to read the first example?
Yes. Yes.
The first example is, can you read it for me?
Chicken.
Yes, the first example is chicken. Then example number 2 is, read for me example number 2.
Chicken. Is chicken.
Example 2, number 1 is chicken.
Turkey.
Number 2 is?
Number 1 is turkeys.
That is number 2. You are good children. I have read example number 3.
Ducks.
Yes, example number 3 is ducks. Are we all there?
Ducks.
Then example number 4.
Geese.
Read it again.
Geese.
Geese.
Goose.
Example number 5.
Geese.
Doves.
Doves.
Number 5 is
Doves.
Doves.
doves. Good children. Number 6 is
I thought telling him supposed to be given that.
No.
can you read it for me? Number 6. Example number 6.
Almost everyone knows.
Are you able to read example number 6? So number 6, we read it as Guinea Falls. Guinea Falls. Can you read it after me?
Guinea Falls.
Read it again.
Guinea Falls. Guinea Falls.
Read it again.
Guinea Falls.
Over there.
Guinea Falls.
So,
Yes.
so when they ask you to explain what poetry is, right from the beginning we said poetry are all kinds of birds kept for a purpose. Then when they ask you to give, examples, the first one we need to give chicken. Then number 2 we need to give turkeys. Number 3 we need to give ducks. Then we have geese, we have doves, and guinea fowls. There are other examples which are not mentioned here of poetry. So look at question number 2. Is the question number 2 the same as question number 1?
No.
Read it for me, question number 2.
What is poetry keeping?
Is it the same as what is poetry?
No.
Can you read for me the meaning of poetry keeping?
Poetry keeping is the
Poetry
of domestic cats and
Poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds.
Say it again.
Poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds or
That's how we read it. We say poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds or fowls. Even if we don't use for, it brings out the meaning we want. So someone can say poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds. Another person can say poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic fowls. Both words mean the same and do not change any meaning. So when you're giving the answer for the meaning of poetry keeping, do not use the word or. If you are to take the domestic birds, that one is okay. If you are to take fowls, that one is okay. So someone can say poetry is the rearing, poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic fowls or domestic birds. Let me ask you a question. If someone asks a question like this, that give the difference between poetry and poetry keeping, which answer do you give? I repeated the question. If someone asks you to give the difference between poetry and poetry keeping, which answer do you give?
Poetry refers to all kinds of birds kept to a purpose, and poetry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds.
Can I hear from This person using the Canon 11. The person using Canon 11, please, can you say it?
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept to a purpose, and poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds.
Good.
Rearing of domestic birds.
Do you have any other person who is ready to give the difference? Please raise your hand and I give you a chance to say it. Hello? Can I hear from Emily, Patricia? Patricia, please unmute yourself and say the answer. Can I hear from Patricia?
Poultry keeping is the keeping of objects. Poultry.
Say it again.
Poultry is the keeping of Poultry keeping is the keeping of souls.
The rearing of, you say poultry. You say poultry. Poultry are all kinds of birds kept for a purpose, while poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds. Have you got it right? Patricia, can you say it again? Patricia?
Yes.
Say it again. Patricia, are you there? Say it again. Can we hear from this person using Canon 11?
Poultry
Come again.
Poultry keeping
Okay, thank you. Patricia, you can see your hand is still up. You want to say it? Okay, so that's the answer one can give in case you're asked to give the difference between poultry and poultry keeping. I would request you to read what you have gone through as I'm listening. Can we start from the question 1? Read the question, give the answer, we go to examples, and then we go to the meaning of poultry keeping. Can I hear you reading?
What is poultry?
Yes.
What is poultry? Poultry.
Go ahead, please.
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept for farmers. Examples of poultry are
chicken,
Yes.
chicken,
Duck.
Yes.
Duck.
Yes.
Is doves.
Yes.
Doves.
Yes. The last one we said it is guinea fowls.
Falls.
The last one we said is
Falls.
guinea fowls. Can everyone read the last one?
What is poultry keeping?
I mean,
What is poultry keeping?
read for me the last example of poultry.
Guinea fowls.
Oh, guinea fowls.
Can I hear you saying it again? Say it again.
Guinea fowls.
Okay,
Guinea
good.
fowls.
Can we go to question number 2?
What is poultry keeping?
Say the answer.
Poultry keeping is the reality of domestic.
Say it again.
Poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds of
Poultry keeping
Is the rearing of domestic birds
of domestic birds.
Then the last question I gave you, I asked you, can you say the difference between poultry and poultry keeping?
Poultry.
Yes. Do you still remember the difference between poultry and poultry keeping?
Yes.
I say it.
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds
Kept for us. While all kinds of poultry keeping.
Good. Can I hear from?
Refers to all kinds of birds from ducks.
Okay, that's good. Can I hear Grant? Grant Birungi saying it. Grant, please unmute yourself and say the difference between poultry and poultry keeping. Grant, give us the difference between poultry and poultry keeping. Grant, are you there? Grant, are you there? Rowena, are you there? Rowena? Rowena, are you there? Rowena, unmute and say the difference between poultry and poultry keeping.
Teacher, please may you repeat part of that?
Come again. Come again.
Please may you repeat part of that said?
I'm saying give the difference between poultry and poultry keeping.
The difference of poultry keeping and poultry.
poultry keeping and poultry. Give us the difference between poultry and poultry keeping. Are you there? Okay, let us give Elyon a chance to revise it. Can I hear from Canon 11, please? I can see a hand up. Say it.
The difference between poultry and poultry keeping. Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose, while poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds or food.
And that's very good. Emily, Patricia, Emily, can I hear you saying it? Give us the difference between poultry and poultry keeping. Patricia, unmute yourself and say it. Unmute yourself, Patricia. And the rest unmute, the rest mute, and then hear from Patricia. Patricia, are you there? Patricia, we are listening.
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose, while poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds.
Very good. Can we hear from Ainomudisha? Ainomudisha, please unmute yourself and say the difference between poultry and poultry keeping.
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose, while poultry keeping is the rearing of domestic birds or birds.
Very good. Edwin, listen for your question. Can the rest unmute themselves? Please mute yourself and listen from Edwin. Edwin, please read for us examples of poultry. Edwin, read for us examples of poultry. Edwin, read for us the examples of poultry.
No example.
Edwin, we are listening. Yes. Good. Okay. Let us now move on. Do you know reasons why poultry is kept? Now I'm saying we are going to discuss reasons why poultry is kept. Reasons why people rear poultry. So, unmute yourself, raise the hand, and then give us the answer. Please, only those who are giving the answers should unmute themselves. Then the rest, mute yourself. You have someone giving us the reason why people keep poetry? Hello? Can we have someone giving us a reason why poetry is kept?
To get money.
That's very good. Say your name. Say your name, please.
Money.
Come again. So she has given up us that to get money. Can we have another reason?
Daniela.
I know Daniela. Thank you so much for
Daniela.
Yes, we have got it. Thank you. I know Daniela. Yes. Canon 11, please tell us the reason why poetry is kept.
Sell and get money.
Sell and get money. Thank you so much. Do you have any other person giving us an... We are back. And now...
Food.
So we are back. Then, Canon 11, please give us your answer. Come on. Say it again.
For food.
Get your food. Thank you so much for that answer. Say your name. What's your name? Come again. Daniela. Okay, thank you so much for the answer. Let us now see the reason why people wear poetry. Are you able to see question 3? Please unmute yourself and read for me question 3. Have you unmuted yourself?
Why do people wear?
Can we read question 3?
Yeah.
Why do people wear?
Why do people wear poetry?
Good. So the question is says,
Why do people wear?
okay, thank you. Can I read it for you? Unmute yourself. Please. Please mute yourself so that you can listen to the teacher. Mute yourself. Mute yourself and listen to the teacher, please. Daniela, wait. Daniela, please.
She's in P5. First, she finished P4.
Daniela, mute yourself and listen to the teacher. So, those who have given the reasons why people wear poetry, thank you so much. And you are able to see them. They are listed there. And the question 3, where the first one is poetry. People keep poetry to get money, like someone said. Then people get eggs and meat, and those are eaten as food. That's the reason in number 3. Others rear poultry to provide employment. People get employment from rearing poultry. Some farmers employ people to go and work for them. So poultry is a source of employment. Then others keep poultry for cultural purposes, like paying dowry, even some rituals, they use poultry. Then poultry droppings are used as manure. And which type of manure? That one is farmyard manure. Someone has a question. Daniela, can you ask your question? Daniela, ask your question. I can see your hand up. Daniela, please.
That thing was very sharp. You can even but now
Daniela, say your question. Daniela, please. Can I hear your question? Daniela, unmute yourself and say your question. Daniela, please say your question. Say it again, Daniela.
Why do people rear poultry?
Can you read for us the answer? Daniela, read for us the answers. Please unmute yourself and read for us the answers. Daniela, first unmute yourself.
I can't see the screen.
See the screen. Eh? Daniela, you can't see the screen. Daniela, take your gadget and reconnect yourself. Daniela, take your gadget and reconnect yourself. Daniela, are you now there? Daniela, are you able to see the screen? Okay, let us give her a chance to organize her gadget to be able to read what is on the screen. Are you able to read what is on the screen now?
Yes.
Daniela?
Yes.
Are you able to read what's on the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I can see your hand up. Do you have any other question? Daniela, please say it.
Asking why do people rear poultry?
Say it again. Daniela, say it again.
I was asking why do people rear poultry?
Now read for us the answers we have.
Poultry as source of income.
Yes.
Poultry, eggs, and meat are eaten as food.
Good.
Poultry is the source of income.
Sorry for that repetition. Go ahead.
Textbook 7.
Daniela, go ahead.
A source of employment.
Yes.
People keep poultry for cultural purposes like
Good. We are listening.
poultry droppings are used as farmyard manure.
Very good. Thank you so much, Daniela, for giving us the answers. Can we hear from Shaban? Shaban, please read for us the answers. Shaban, unmute yourself and read for us the answers.
Shaban.
Shaban Kawanguzi.
Shaban Kawanguzi.
Shaban, are you there?
Poultry are source of income. Poultry.
The rest unmute yourselves. The rest mute yourselves and listen to Shaban. Shaban, please read for us the answers.
Poultry are source of income.
Yes.
I'm sure that poultry are source of income. Poultry
Go ahead. Shaban, we are listening.
Number
people poultry culture of past life.
One, two,
Go ahead, please.
three, and the Jumrico. Yeah.
People seated behind there,
Poultry
please give him a chance to read. People seated near you should give you a chance to read. We are listening. Go ahead. Yes,
Poultry eggs are meat are eaten as food.
good. Go ahead.
Poultry is a source of employment.
Good. Go ahead.
People keep poultry for cultural purpose
Like dowry. Yes. Go ahead.
Poultry droppings are used as farm manure.
Farmyard manure. Say it again.
Poultry drops used as farm.
Read it after me, please. Poultry droppings are used as farmyard manure. Read it again.
Poultry drops are used as farm manure.
You say poultry droppings are used as farmyard manure. Say it again.
poultry drops are used as farm manure.
Farmyard
Some
manure.
Manure.
again, the poultry droppings are used as farmyard manure.
Okay, thank you so much for.
Poultry droppings are used as farm manure.
Okay, thank you so much for reading it to us. Please mute yourself. Shabani, mute yourself. Can we listen from Paul, please? Paul, can you read through the answers? Paul, unmute yourself and read for us the answers. Paul, unmute yourself and read for us the answers. Paul, unmute yourself and read for us the answers. Paul, are you there? Paul, are you there? We request those people in the background to give you audience and then you read through the answers. It seems Paul is not ready. Paul is not ready. Can we listen from Muchibi? Muchibi, please. Unmute yourself and read for us the answers. Yes, good. Can I now read Muchibi?
Poultry are source of income.
Good.
Poultry are source of income.
Yes.
Poultry eggs and meat are eaten as food.
Good.
Poultry is the source of income.
Go ahead.
Poultry is the source of
Employment.
Poultry is the source of employment.
Read it again.
Poultry is the source of employment.
Good.
People keep poultry for cultural practices.
Papa says, read it again.
People keep poultry for cultural purposes. Like drown.
Dowry, like dowry and rituals. Dowry and
Vegetable.
And rituals. Rituals. Read it again.
Rituals.
Read it again.
People keep pottery.
We are listening, please.
People keep pottery for cultural purposes like dowry and rituals.
Dowry and rituals. Good. Go ahead.
Drops are used as farmyard manure.
Good. Thank you so much for that. Can you listen from Trisha, please, and mute yourself and read it through the answers.
Poultry are source of income.
Good. We are listening. Go ahead, please.
Poultry are source of income.
Yes.
Poultry, eggs, and meat are eaten as food.
Good.
Poultry is the source of income.
Good.
Poultry is a source of employment.
Good.
People keep poultry for cultural purposes like dowry
Dowry and
rituals.
good.
Rituals.
Go ahead.
Poultry droppings are used as farmyard manure.
Thank you so much for reading through the answers. Now let us look at the terms. Please unmute yourself. Please mute yourself and listen to the teacher. Please mute yourself and listen to the teacher. Mute yourself and listen to the teacher. Yes. Thank you for sharing with me the questions we have looked at. We have looked at the meaning of poultry. We have looked at examples of poultry. We have looked at the meaning of poultry keeping, and we have seen reasons why people rear poultry. Then, when you look at your screen, after number 3, there is that small heading which says terms used in poultry. I can see the first one is hen, which means an adult female. Then I can see down there is cock, which means an adult male. Then when you move down, there is that term called capon. Capon means capon. Capon, even if you say capon, it still is okay. So a capon is a castrated male. That means a castrated cock is what? A capon. You may ask yourself whether the cocks are castrated. The answer is yes. So male chicken, male poultry are also castrated. It depends on the farmer's decision. So do not get worried when I say a castrated male. Then the other one down is cocker. A cocker is a younger male. A younger male, not a young one of a bird, but a younger male is called what? A cocker. Then down there is another term we call, some people read it as the parrot. Yeah. Can you say parrot? Parrot. Other people say pullet, it is okay. So then the last one, the next one there is a chick. A chick which refers to a young one of the bird, meaning that every young one of the bird is called what? A chick. But if it is a younger one of a specific bird, it has its own name. So here we are calling it a chick as a young one of every bird. But when it comes to specific birds, chicks have different names. So note that one very well. Then there is molting. Molting, that is our last term there, which refers to shedding feathers to replace them. Please note the word shedding. It's quite different from the other one I used it to. That shedding refers to losing something getting off from your body That is that shading we are referring to, not the other one, which means shade, a cover. It's not the other one, which means to cover. This one means to lose something. So molting refers to shading of feathers to replace them. Those who have poultry at home, when you visit a poultry house, you'll be able to see feathers littered everywhere. Those feathers, they get off from the bird, not because it's by mistake, but the bird wants to replace them. So that's what molting is, the shading of feathers to replace them. So birds do shed feathers in order to replace them with the new ones. So those are common terms we shall meet as we go through this topic. Then other terms we shall also look at them as we move on. So I request, please remain muted, not until I call your name to read for us the terms I've explained. Let me explain once again. Then I request some of you to read it through what I've read. Paul, I can see your hand up, but first listen for a moment. I've said a hen is an adult female. Then a cock is an adult male. I said a capon is a castrated male. Then a cocker, that one is a younger male. Then you have a parrot, and I said if you read it parrot, it is okay. That one is a female, a younger female. Then we have a chick, which refers to a young one of a bird. A young one of every bird is called what? A chick. I went ahead to explain that if it is a specific bird mentioned, its younger one has a specific name. But in this case, we are looking at the general name given to all young ones of birds. That name is chick. Then the last term there is molting, which refers to the shading of feathers to replace them. I requested you to note the word shading. The shading we are using there, it's different from the other one of shade. They are different things. Let me hope that you have mastered the difference between the shading we are using in here and the shading which means to cover. The other shading, shade, means to cover. Then this shading we are seeing here means to lose something. When something is on your body and then it gets off, we say that you have shaded it. So get the difference between the shading you are able to see here and the other shading we have not written there. I can see hands up. Can see hands up. The first one is Ilogu, please read for us through the terms and their meanings. Ilogu, unmute yourself. Yes, good. You can now read.
10.
We are listening, please.
10.
Yes.
An adult female.
Good.
Cock. An adult male.
Good.
Capon. A castrated male.
Good.
Male. A young female. Parrot. A young female. Chick. A young bird. Molting. Shedding feathers to replace them.
Read it through again.
Hen, an adult female. Cock, an adult male. Capon, a castrated male. Cockerel, a young male. Pallet, a young female. Chick, a young bird. Molting, shedding feathers to replace them.
Thank you so much. Can we listen from can we listen from this person using Canon 11, please unmute yourself and read through the terms and their meanings. Tell us your name, please. Tell us your name. Daniela, go ahead, please, and read.
An female. Cock, an adult male. Capon, a castrated male. Cockerel, a young male. Pullet, a young female. Chick, a young bird. Molting, shedding feathers to replace them.
Thank you so much.
I think the father is in there.
Thank you so much.
Teacher,
Yes, please. Ask
what
your
is a
question.
castrated male?
A castrated male?
What is a castrated
A castrated, we said a castrated male is called what? A capon. Have you got it?
capon?
When a male bird
Yes.
is castrated, it becomes what? A capon. Have you got it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Tony, are you there? Edwin, please. Edwin, read for us the terms and their meanings. May I request those in the background to give you audience? Please, those making the noise in the background, give him audience. Edwin, we are listening. Edwin. Edwin, are you there? Edwin, are you there?
Maria. Maria.
Edwin, as if you are not yet there. Let us listen from Emily. Emily Patricia, please. Read for us the terms and their meanings. Unmute yourself and read for us the terms and their meanings.
It's okay.
Poultry refers to all kinds of birds kept for a purpose.
Emily, we want you to read the terms used in poultry and their meanings.
Hen, an adult female. Cock, an adult male. Capon, a castrated male. Cockerel, a young male. Pallet, a young female. Chick, a young bird. Molting, is the shedding of feathers to replace them.
Thank you so much. Can we listen from Maria? Maria, please. Maria. Maria, unmute yourself and read. Maria, we are listening. Maria, are you there? Maria, are you there? Maria, you can see your hand is up and you are unable to talk. Any problem? Okay, it's like Maria is not yet ready. Thank you. Allow me to thank everyone. Allow me to thank everyone for attending this lesson. This is the beginning, and allow me to end it here. But before I go off, we need to observe the following. Number one, please, if you have a question, you always follow the steps. First, unmute yourself and then start talking. And every member of this class, when you're given a chance to talk, please do not just keep quiet instead of saying what you've learned. Then if someone is talking, please, we request the rest to mute themselves, and that one will help us to listen from each other. Then I remind you about time management is very important. I'm again reminding you. So you have timetables. In case you don't have a timetable, please, you text me and I send it to you. And we are following that timetable and we can't go out of it. Our lessons are supposed to take 1 hour each, but because we are beginning, that's why we have taken more than 1 hour, but it's okay as long as we are learning. So next time shall be on time. Then 3, I said these notes are with us. In case you need them, we shall upload them on Google Classroom. Google Classroom is also an app on its own. So you need to be having it on your gadget in order to download these notes. And we are yet to post the link which can enable you download the notes and the passport so that everyone can access them and have them with you on your gadget. So do not worry, even if you have not noted everything, we have them, you will get them anytime. Then lastly, please, always listen to the teacher's instructions. Always listen to the teacher's instructions. And number 2, when you are in our Google Classroom, move away from those people who are disturbing you. I was listening to a lot of noise, from the background, and that one cannot make someone concentrate. If you are there with them, you can't concentrate when they are making noise for you. So please always get a quiet place where you can listen attentively without any disturbance. So always keep a distance from those people before the lesson starts. If there are questions, please, this is the right time. Yes, please. This is the time for questions.
How do you go to the Google? How do you go to the Google Classroom?
How you go to the Google Classroom? Thank you for
How
that
do you
question.
How do we go to Google Classroom?
Listen to the answers now. Can you listen to me now? Someone is asking how you can go to the Google Classroom. I said Google Classroom is an application. If you don't have it on your phone, you need to download it. To access the work which is on Google Classroom, you need a link and a passcode or a password. And I told you we are going to give you a link and a password which can help you to get these notes from Google Classroom. If you do not have it as an application, please go to Play Store and download it. Have I answered you? Any other question?
Yes.
Please go ahead. Shaban, go ahead.
Yeah. Did you write the notes in the book, the old books, or the new book?
Okay.
You can write in the, if you have the old book, you can use it. If you have the new book, you can use it. You can use it. It's okay. Whether you use a new book or an old book, it's fine. As long as you organize your work, when you want to revise them, you don't get any challenge.
Thank you.
Logo, please ask your question.
What is the password?
Ilego, please ask your question.
What is the passcode?
I said we are going to post it on your class Zoom classroom. You will see it, don't worry. We shall post it on your Zoom classroom, so you'll be able to see it with its passcode. I know Mucha, please. I know Mucha. Can you say your question?
Do we have science only once in a week?
Do you have a timetable? I know Mugisha.
The one.
Do you have the timetable? I know Mugisha.
Yes.
Yes, we shall be following that timetable.
Yes.
Just use the timetable to help you to get the subjects we have every day and in a week. Yes. Say your question.
Will we be getting homework?
We shall organize.
Will we be getting homework?
Yes, we shall be getting, and we shall be posting it on Google Classroom when it is ready. You get me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. If there is any other question, allow me to stop here, and I wish you well. Please stay at home Now the lessons are coming to you when you're at home. There is no need to move around. So please do not move out to risk yourself. COVID is real, so we need to stay safe. Thank you so much for being good learners. We meet next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, my children.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, teacher. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye. Give you a little bit, make me eat your finger.